Hey cuties, PeachY here, welcome back to a new video, and in this video we are going to be doing some speculation, some predicting on what the new Series 5 color themes might be. So let's get into it. Also, thank you to @NishQueen on Instagram for just creating these awesome posts, and I'm actually going to be using them throughout this video, these color group posts, just because it does help keep in perspective what shades, what colors we've already gotten from the Rainbow High series. So let's start with red. Oh yeah, and I'm not going to be talking about pink options because we have had already so many pink characters and we're getting even more. So I think for the core series, we're just going to stick to the 6, main color groups. So red, we have Ruby. Series 1, Series 2, no reds. Series 3, no reds. Well, Daria, but for some people she doesn't even count as red, as we just saw. @NishQueen actually added her to the pink group. I personally think she's more like a red to me, but so really we don't have many reds. We have Lily Cheng, but she's not a core series doll. We have Carmen, but she's also not a core series doll, and her overall theme isn't even really like neon red. It's more like gold. All the Rockstar girls have this same theme, the gold theme. And then we have Burgundy, new with Series 4. Oh, of course, we also have the one twin, the one devious twin, Laurel, right? This is Laurel, the fiery one. She has a lot of mixed colors, so to me, she's also not really, like core series-wise, she doesn't really count. She's a special edition doll, and even then, the twins each have a gold or silver stand, so they don't really even like integrate really well in like a color-only rainbow lineup. With the red, I was really thinking we need a new deep red. There's a lot of different shades of red, but I really thought, we really need a shade that's in between Ruby and in between Lily. So I thought, what about maroon? I thought, first I thought like, what about blood red? But it was too deep, too red. And then I thought, what about like a brick red color, But that was like, I'm sure we'll get that sooner or later. We'll get like a brick red color doll, but because there's definitely like a good shades for this kind of theme, but it's not exactly what I'm looking for. So I thought, okay, what else do we have? We have blood red, dark red, and I thought, what about like a mixture? And not burgundy, but burgundy is more like on the purpley side of the red spectrum. So with maroon, that's what I ended up choosing, is a really nice in-between. Maroon is deep but not too deep, and I do really want a shade of maroon that's not too deep. I want it to be able to go in between Burgundy and Ruby, because I feel like we need a in-between for those two dolls. We need a in-between that's like a really dark red but not too dark like Burgundy, and not the same shade. So obviously we also have this maroon background character from the Rainbow High series, so I do think like maybe Rainbow High Series 5 will incorporate him as a character, or maybe also not. I don't know, probably not. I mean, I wish we would get more Rainbow High boys, but realistically speaking, like you saw in the thumbnail, I do have speculations for 3 characters that match my color themes overall, but they're all boys, so I don't think in one series alone they're going to include let alone like 1 or 2, but 3 boys. So but at least we have kind of like an example of what this character could look like. I would definitely leave off the flannel because that's already Ruby already. She already has that vibe going on with the flannel shirt. But I do want a maroon character, a really nice maroon. I really think we need a deep red, but not too deep. Moving on to orange, as we can see here, it was really sparse for a second there, with Series 3 only having the other core series orange character. Of course, we have Simone, but she's not a core series character. And then now we have Mina, and so luckily we do have at least a new shade of orange. Her orange is a saffron orange, right? So I really want the orange character in the new Series 5 to be a deeper orange. Poppy is a basic orange. Simone is a more like, has more of a pinkish tone orange. It's a very dark orange, but it's a mixture. And then Georgia, she has the peach orange, very light. And so I feel like, and Mina, of course, hers is a saffron orange. It's like a in between of Poppy and Marissa. It's much more of a yellow tone to her orange. So I'm saying orange a lot, but but with the series 5 character, I first thought, what about Coral? But then I realized Coral is too similar to Poppy. She has like very like light pink streaks in her hair. I feel like that could get mixed up with her. And in Georgia, obviously it could be similar, so maybe not the best choice, Coral. And then I thought, what about Neon? Same problem. Poppy has kind of like a bright orange already to begin with, so it doesn't really work out. Then I went to my idea from before. What about like a brick orange, a shade like this? That would be nice, but I do think those are gonna get picked up in a special theme series, because in the main series core, I do think they're gonna stick to like basic shades of orange. I started thinking blood orange. Blood orange is a really nice texture, a really nice mixture of deep red and deep orange, very bright orange. I liked this option for a bit, but then I realized, again, Simone, she has a really interesting, unique color herself. I don't know how they could make that unique. Although, now that I'm thinking about it, they could make a blood orange with a really nice dark skin tone to contrast the colors. So I do feel like that could be a good option for a future series. But the color I ended up choosing is a dark orange, but not like bright orange, more like just a really dark muted orange, I guess, because I feel like we need an orange like this. We need a orange that's dark, it's not too bright, but it's still, you know, bright enough, and it's colorful. It's a unique shade. We need a new orange that's just a in-between of Poppy and Simone, where it's like, you know, dark enough, but it's still a unique shade and has enough vibrancy. So I do definitely want a kind of a dark orange. I don't know why I keep saying orange. You know what I mean? It's just it's difficult to explain. I definitely want a deep orange. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Okay, moving on to yellows. Now, in yellow here is interesting because there's a lot of yellow characters, surprisingly. You know, we have Sunny, Series 1. We have Cheryl, Series 3, we have Delilah, Series 4, we have Marissa, she's the gold character, Slumber Party. Then we have Pacific Coast, what's her name? Harper, right, Harper Dune. Oh my god, what's flaking on her name? But then we have Harper. Now, Harper and Marissa, they are not traditional yellow colors. Marissa is a gold color, which is its own thing. Although I have seen when I was searching for yellow colors that gold is a yellow shade apparently. So, okay, I guess, I don't know. I honestly don't know anymore. But Harper is definitely like a neutral kind of in between cream, sand with yellow color. I don't think Harper's a specifically yellow character. I think she's more of like a cream character, like in between Georgia and Marissa. That's at least how I have my lineup displayed. So I'm looking at them right now. So to me, Harper is more like a natural color, not really yellow again necessarily, but so. The next yellow character, we already have the basic yellow with Sunny. We already have Marigold, a more golden tone with Cheryl. So, and Delilah, she has a very light, very pastel yellow tone. So what else could they do? My mind went straight to mustard yellow. Yes, we need a mustard yellow. Dang, like I feel like mustard yellow was like a obvious choice for me. I honestly don't have any other ideas. I immediately landed on mustard yellow. Although when I started looking, I saw some different shades, and the lemon shade looks really interesting. So maybe that could be a shade for the future series, core series. Although again, Delilah also has a very pale yellow. So I don't know, but hey, I feel like Rainbow High can make any color theme work because it can still be unique enough if you play around with the color, the skin tone, diversity, you know, different eye shapes, hair textures, fashion. You can definitely make characters unique enough even if their color themes are very similar. So I do feel like they can make most color themes work. It's just about executing them well and designing them well enough. But my choice is definitely a mustard yellow. I mean, just look at that shade. I love this. I love this shade. This is just the shade I landed on, and I definitely think this is the shade we're gonna get in a future, and honestly, Series 5, because like that's just the next shade of yellow I think of. I feel like anyone would think of. So yeah, mustard yellow, that's my choice. Okay, green is up next. So Series 1, we had Jade. She's like a basic green. Series 2, we had Karma. She is a neon green chartreuse, I guess. And then Series 3, we had Daphne, obviously mint shade. And then Series 4, we had Jewel Richie. Now she's an emerald shade. So very, very different shades all together. And interestingly enough, unlike the previous color groups we went through, this color group has no other green shades from the Slumber Party or the Rockstar Girls or from any special edition dolls. No other dolls have any kind of green shade. So these are definitely the only green dolls we have so far, and they are ironically also part of core series. So that does tell you that we need more green shades up in here. Okay, so for Series 5, I first thought, what about like a olive green? Because olive green could be a good in-between for Karma and Jade. But then I thought, I don't know, that could be, again, maybe too boring. I don't know. But I also started looking at maybe what about like a camouflage green? That's such a interesting shade. They could really work a really great theme, great design with that character, incorporating the camouflage, you know, print, or maybe just different shades, because camouflage obviously incorporates a lot of different shades of green. So I definitely could see a really interesting theme for a camouflage green character. But lastly, I did land on forest green, because forest green is just a really nice green. It's not too deep like emerald green, and it's not too light like Jade's green. So I definitely feel like we need a forest green up in here. So forest green, not too light. I landed on this shade right here specifically is the one I chose. I just like that it's bright. It's not too dark and it's not too light. I feel like for a lot of these color groups, that's what we need. We need a shade that's in between. That's like kind of like a middle shade. It's dark enough, light enough. So this shade I definitely love, and obviously I thought of Emerald, the character from the series. We've seen him a bunch, and he definitely has that forest green color theme going on. So I definitely think if they're gonna choose a boy character for the next series, this is going to be the character they're going to choose. They're going to choose Emerald because he has been a prominent character in the series already, and they desperately need to make a forest green character. They need to. It's just the next shade that's so obvious. So I can't wait, and I am very convinced that for Series 5, we are going to get Emerald. If not Emerald, specifically the boy character, we are going to get a forest green Moving character. On to blue, I want to focus on the true blue characters, not on the cyan/teal characters like we see here. So the true blue characters, we have Holly from the Devious Twins, we have Gabriella Isley, Series 3, we have Series 1 Skylar, we have Series 4 Coco with the Cobalt. So do you see lack of a blue shade here? I do, because we definitely need a deep blue, a standard blue, if you will, because Skylar, with her mixture and a bunch of highlights, I feel like it does mess up her color theme a little bit. I wish they would have kept her hair color more like dark blue and just keep the highlights to a minimum, like in the artwork. But because she does have a lot of mixtures of blue, I feel like it does mess up her, you know, monochromatic look a little bit. But so Gabriella obviously is the baby blue, the ice blue. Then we have well, I don't even count the Devious Twins, honestly, because they are not, they're mixtures of colors. So I'm really looking at monochromatic looks here. Coco is a really, she was a Cobalt. Yeah, she's like a really striking blue. So definitely we need a middle shade blue. We need a shade that's in between. So at first I thought, what about a periwinkle? Periwinkle has been a shade that a lot of people have been wishing for, me included. When I googled the shade, look at these shades. They're beautiful, striking colors that are perfectly to go in between violet and blue, and even just such a striking color by itself to go maybe in between Skylar and Gabriella. I would love to see that. But then I realized periwinkle is probably gonna be Aiden's color theme, because Ainsley is well, she has a silver doll stand, so her overall color theme is more of like a, you know, like deep purple. And then we have Avery, who has a gold doll stand, and she also has kind of like a purple hair color. Now Aiden, people say maybe it's gray. He has a gray color theme. I think it's periwinkle. Just look at that hair color. I feel like they definitely could work the periwinkle aspect into his design really well. I feel like it makes sense. Look at him, obviously periwinkle, come on. But because Aiden is probably going to get released in a special edition set, just like Avery and Ainsley, he's not going to get released solo in a core series. I'm pretty convinced about that. So keeping on the subject with a core series character, so I thought, what about True Blue? Like literally just Googling True Blue, and I saw these shades pop up. They look like ocean waves, like you can see here. I thought this would be a good color, but then I realized Skylar has a lot of that in her outfit already. So I kept moving on, and then I landed on navy blue. Navy blue is a really deep blue. I don't think it's very appealing to look at from a child's perspective, because we do have to remember Rainbow High is a play line. It's meant for kids, I guess, for tweens, you know. So I don't think from that aspect that navy blue is a really captivating color, because it's just so deep. But I definitely think they have to make a navy blue character sooner or later, because it's just such a integral part of the blue spectrum. Then I landed on royal blue. Royal blue is a really vibrant blue, vibrant deep blue. Now this does look similar to cobalt, which is Coco's theme, but I feel like I landed on this shade specifically, and something like this would work really well to go in between Gabriella and Skylar, since it's not too bright and not too dark. I definitely think overall, whether it be this shade or any shade regardless, we need a shade to go in between those two characters, because I feel like it's such a stark contrast and a stark jump. You know, Gabriella is such a pale, icy color, and then we have Skylar, who's such a deeper mixture of colors. So definitely need to see a color like this, where it's like a deep blue, true blue perhaps, and again royal blue. I feel like that would work really well. Last group here are the purples, of course. So with series 1 we got Violet, and she's the basic purple. We got series 2 Crystal Bailey, she's indigo. We got series 3 Emmy Vonda with orchid. Then we got series 4 with Leela Yamamoto, and she's violet, right? So yeah, I'm not including Avery, Margot, or Lyric because they are not core characters. But so moving on to series 5, what could be an ideal shade, seeing as these are all the shades we have already gotten in the past, which by the way, a lot of purple shades, right? Like including the other 3 characters that are not core characters, a lot of purple shades so far. So I definitely want to see maybe a lavender that's mixed with different shades. I could definitely see this being a really strong color theme in the future. I know it might be too similar to Leela, you know, but again, I feel like it all comes down to designing them distinguishably enough and making the characters interesting enough where it's like it doesn't matter that the color themes are a little similar. It's about designing them well enough. And I do really want to see a bright purple lavender like this, maybe even like berry purples. Oh, I just love these shades so much. And a lot of these shades do go in between red and pink, so Definitely so much potential here, but the color I landed on is deep purple. I know that's not like a shade name specifically, it's just an overall description. So that's because I don't really have a shade specifically in mind. I want to see a deep purple. I want to see a deep character color theme going between crystal and violet, because again, very stark contrast. Crystal is a very deep purple with indigo, right? And it's a mixture of blue as well. And then we have violet. She's a really light purple with different mixtures in her hair as well. So I feel like we definitely need a like aubergine perhaps shade to go in between those two characters. That would work really well, and I feel like it's so needed because it is a very stark contrast. Now obviously we have seen Colin in the show. He has a bit of a reputation for the worst, but I do feel like he has a cool deep shade, purple shade. So if they ever make a doll, I definitely feel like he's gonna take that spot. Or if he's not, then I definitely feel like we are gonna get a deep purple in the upcoming series, just because it makes sense. It makes total sense. Now, I did also think of other color themes that could happen potentially in the future of Rainbow High lines. Maybe not specifically core series, but we have obviously neon colors for a theme that would work really well. We have pastel colors that could go really well with a theme. Then we have metallic colors. I feel like that's definitely gonna happen sooner or later, probably with Shadow High actually. But overall, there's so many different color themes, so many ideas to go for future series that Rainbow High is not gonna run out of ideas anytime soon, which is crazy because they just started releasing in 2020, right? Summer of 2020. That is amazing. I mean, that is just crazy how many dolls have come out since, and so many dolls with different shades, different looks. I mean, I'm just so happy that Rainbow High is getting more diverse, and hopefully next big thing will be different hair textures, because we definitely need to see that. But yeah, I'm so excited to see what happens next, to see what lies in store for us next with Rainbow High. And these are my personal picks for series 5, my predictions and my theories overall. So I might be wrong with some of them, but I do feel like some of these choices will definitely come true in the series 5. What do you think? But yeah, that was the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Be sure to give me a big thumbs up if you did. Be sure to leave me any thoughts or questions you may have down below. Let me know what you thought of this brainstorming session. What do you think will be the color themes that will appear in series 5? And what are some color shades that you would love to see regardless of what series in the future of Rainbow High dolls? Yeah, I feel like it was so much fun to brainstorm with you, with y'all in this video. I hope y'all had fun just, thinking of all the potential shades that could appear in series 5. Again, I might be wrong, but I do feel like forest green, a deep orange, mustard yellow will probably happen for sure. And yeah, it's just, yeah, I mean, I know it's early to talk about series 5, but it's still so much fun to talk about it. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. Don't forget, comment below what you thought. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell if you haven't already, so you don't miss out when I post more Rainbow High doll news, doll reviews, episode reaction videos, and so much more content coming daily. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time. Stay peachy. Kisses.